Welcome back, YouTubers, to another WWE vlog with me, Daniel Parkin, and this guy's sitting next to me, NJ.
What's up?
Can you feel the electricity in the air of this Raw?
Very great Raw.
Yeah.
Great after Wrestlemania.
Good Raw to have after a crappy Wrestlemania, in my opinion. But before we go into this review, make sure you subscribe up above, as NJ is showing you. Like the video if you like what we're saying, and make sure you leave your comments down below, of course. Don't forget to get us on Skype. We love to talk to you guys about wrestling on Skype. My Skype is daniel.parkin01 and NJ's is NJ1988. And also don't forget to catch us on Twitter. My Twitter is Daniel_Parkin and NJ's is NJ17. And finally, for the first time in one of our videos, catch us on Facebook as well. We'll leave a Facebook link down there. We've got our own Facebook page now, as you may well know. Add us as a friend on there. Okay, so where do we start with this Raw?
Straight up, we're going to start with Jim Ross being at the announce table with Jerry the King Lawler.
Oh, this is the combo we've been wanting to see for a while. We had him for WrestleMania and we got him again tonight for the first sort of half an hour, which was good to see. And then we opened up with Triple H, of course.
Which is another great start Raw for me. I was like, yes, this is it. This is the Raw that I've been waiting for. This is the good Raw following WrestleMania.
He got a great ovation from the crowd after his match at WrestleMania. He said how he was nervous. He told the crowd how great Taker was, and that he had real respect for him. He even said thank you to the dead man. It was a good promo, in my opinion.
Yeah, when he said thanks to Dead Man for giving him such a great match, I thought it was a great match. He said it was nice for him to make the thank you for it.
It was an epic match.
Yeah,
and he even said he knows Taker will be back, and that when he does come back, that he'll be waiting. So could we see another match?
I think there's going to be people out there that thinks, oh, not again, not Taker versus Triple H. But it's not going to be at WrestleMania. It's just going to be a match to actually settle the differences, because Triple H knows he could beat Taker. And I think just go for it.
It was a great promo. It did its job. Emphasised the match at WrestleMania, which was very epic. So it did the right job, in my opinion. Would you agree? Yeah,
Triple H said what it was needed to say, and yeah, it finished off that particular match up at WrestleMania. Okay, so we then get a Michael Cole Jerry Lawler thing, where there's a rumour that Michael Cole will be challenging Jerry Lawler to a match at some point, and this rumour appears to be true after the commercial break, when Cole comes in and says, yeah, my match was the most talked about match at WrestleMania. Yeah, fucking right. In his orange suit.
Yeah, and he even goes to call himself Mr. WrestleMania.
That hurt, because there's only one Mr. WrestleMania, and that is Shawn Michaels. So for Michael Cole to call himself that, bad move.
Okay, so Cole comes out and cuts a good heel promo, as he usually does. Jerry Lawler tells him to shut his pie hole, and Cole challenges Lawler to a rematch, and then he says, but this is not a WrestleMania rematch. This is a rematch that you've had previously on Raw, against Jack Swagger, of course.
And when Swagger started coming out, I thought, okay, I thought my prediction was at WrestleMania, Swagger was going to get a push back up to the top, but that didn't obviously happen because he just got buried in that match. Then today on Raw, he just got worse for Swagger, so I think, meh.
At least the match went on for a good amount of time, though. It gave time for a story to build, which sometimes they don't do on Raw. They don't seem to make their matches very long, in my opinion. But basically, in this match, it was a decent, not a bad match, but in the end, Lawler goes after Cole, and then that inadvertently means that Swagger manages to get the ankle lock on Jerry Lawler, of course, to win the match.
Yeah, and to be honest, the thing about that is that it didn't actually end the match, because it just would not let go of the ankle lock. So the referee went out and told whatever his name is, the ring announcer, say no,
Justin Roberts,
call it reverse decision.
Yeah, and in a reverse decision, give it to Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, so the rematch should really work out.
And then we had the most dickhead, douchiest, gayest moment of Raw, in my opinion, where you had Michael Cole getting JR's barbecue sauce and spraying him with it.
And then a few minutes later, Jim Ross actually tweets saying that he had to go see a doctor about getting the stuff in his eye.
I don't know.
But
I just don't like the way they sent Jim Rossford to the back and stopped him doing commentary. But whatever. I guess that's part of the storyline. Next, we had Booker T and Josh Matthews on commentary. Then after them two, because there was no commentators after that, so we needed some commentators. After that, we had Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio, the two I'm never gonna lay down for you, brother, against CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, of course. And This was an alright tag match. It was a pretty standard tag team match. It went on for a good amount of time compared to what we'd usually see tag matches on Raw now. And I think the ending was alright, to be honest.
Again, I'm like, after WrestleMania, I was like, please, not another Orton win, not another Orton win.
Oh, he ain't laying down for no one, brother.
But it would have really good to see Punk, who lost at WrestleMania, get a win against the person who beat him. Because it's not looking good for Punk.
Yeah, but basically the match finishes when Cody actually counters this over quite a good move. But then later on in the match, Rey Mysterio gets a 619 on I can't remember who it was. I think it was Cody Rhodes, and then it was into an RKO. So it was a nice finish, nice tag team finish. But you know, the two guys who always win, Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio, even though he lost it at WrestleMania, win once again. So I've got nothing really much more to say about that match.
Nothing else.
Okay, so then we get a little nostalgia moment in the night when Stone Cold and Triple H meet backstage.
Yeah, I like that. I was like, we've seen Rock and Austin. Now we're seeing Austin and Triple H. I thought they shook hands and it was great.
There's a lot of that going around now. But the main reason why Stone Cold was there was to promote Tough Enough. He comes out to the ring and he introduces us to the contenders, and they all announce themselves and say who they are and stuff. There were some decent looking wrestlers there that did look like they could, go on.
Yeah.
But, the main part was Miz interrupting, as he's an ex-Tough Enough guy, saying that he's tough enough and these guys will never be where he is. And he even asked Stone Cold if he has one more run left in him, to which the crowd chanted, one more match.
And to be honest, I think Austin does, but for him to do it after he hasn't really got any proper build up to it like The Rock has, I think it wouldn't be right.
Yeah. And basically Austin clears the ring and Riley and Miz attack Austin, and then Miz goes out to the outside of the ring for some reason, and then Riley's beating on Austin and Austin beats on Riley again and then stunners him, and so he beats up Alex Riley. I don't mind him doing that. It was good to see.
To be honest, I think that was good to see, because to be honest, every time Miz is confronting someone, he leaves Riley to do everything on his own.
But that's the beauty
that's
of it.
The thing I'm thinking, for Miz to actually look good, is him to actually stand up more. He's got Riley by his side.
Okay.
So if he actually stood up to Austin, even if he did get beat down by Austin, it would have been good to see.
But at the same time, he's not the one getting beaten down. So
no, that's the thing. I would like to see Miz fight before he gets beaten down.
Okay.
But,
and then a nice comedy moment comes when Austin chucks beer into the coal mine.
Just to make up for.
And you just see Cole going like a little kid.
And that makes up for him not being there earlier, I think.
Okay, so decent segment. It was good to introduce yourself to Tough Enough, which is airing after Raw, which we're not doing because we're doing this review, of course. So yeah, not a bad promo again. Stone Cold once again ripping the house down. After that, we had Alberto Del Rio versus Evan Bourne. And this was not a bad match either. It was a bit short, but I think we all knew Del Rio would win this, especially after his disappointing match at WrestleMania last night.
As soon as I saw Evan, I just thought, no,
it's going to be a squash.
I've seen Evan in the past who's gone in matches recently after his return, and he's just not done anything. So I'm just like, next match, please.
To be honest, Del Rio just kicks him off the top rope, applies the armbar, and that's it. Evan Bourne's crushed. What are WWE going to do with Evan Bourne now? We just don't know. They had big plans for him at WrestleMania, but it doesn't seem like they got too much to do for him. It's a shame because he's a waste of talent. It's a waste of talent if they're just going to do that.
I don't know what the WWE can do with him now. They haven't really got anything going for him.
Yeah, but anyway, Vicky Guerrero then comes out, of course, and we're all clenching our ears because we don't really want to hear what she has to say. And we pretty much called it before the match happened that it would be Dolph Ziggler and Vicky versus John Morrison and Trish Stratus.
I think that gave it away. It weren't just seeing them two come out.
Vicky
it was Vicky's attire. Yeah.
And can I just say, well done WWE for making Morrison and Dolph Ziggler wrestle for more than 15 seconds in this match. It was a fucking good thing to see, which you should have seen at WrestleMania.
And throughout the match, you do actually see them two more than Trish and that. But
Vicky.
Before we get to her, I'm thinking Morrison and Dolph, they both had good action between each other, which is what we want to see them two more than anything else.
But Vicky, why is she in a wrestling ring? Why is she in a wrestling ring?
I don't mind her being in the ring because she's just got a job on Raw, and a job on Raw is being a diva. It looks like. So to be honest, her having a match and pretty much the stupid thing is, her wrestling skills are knowing that the other person's up, not knocked out, facing the audience going, yeah, look at me, knowing the other person's up behind them.
She does suck. But Morrison wins with the Starship Pain, of course, and him and Trish celebrating the. It was good to see Trish wrestling again. I was thinking, she seems like she's coming back full time by the way she's wrestling at the moment. But anyway, we must go on to the next match because I think we need some time for the main event, which is going to come up soon. This match was the US title match rematch, which was the dark match on WrestleMania, as we all know. They're finally having this on a bloody TV match now. So Sheamus, the Daniel Bryan vs Sheamus match, Sheamus pretty much dominated the match, really.
Which we knew it was going to come.
And wins with the bro kick. And with a title that doesn't mean much anymore, it doesn't really
to be honest,
that much.
I'm glad it stayed with Sheamus.
So am I, so am I. But it's funny how a title change can affect push. I mean, we also saw Daniel Bryan getting a huge push when he had the title. Now Sheamus has got the title, he's getting a huge push.
And I think Daniel Bryan, there's been people saying that he's going to be moved up now, but I think he's just going to stay where he is.
After the match, we saw Sheamus attacking Daniel Bryan, and all of a sudden, Sin Cara is on the ramp. And I'm thinking, what the hell is he doing here? But you know, he comes into the ring and kicks Sheamus' ass and does some pretty decent ass moves, don't you think?
As much as I thought, yeah, he's done great, he looked great. I've been talking to a few people, and they've been saying like, here comes another Rey Mysterio look-alike and act like he does do good moves in the ring, but to be honest, I kind of starting to see where people are coming from. We're saying that's another Rey Mysterio. And
are WWE making Sin Cara go after the United States Championship?
It looks like they are
probably.
Now.
But it was good to see Sin Cara debut in finally after WrestleMania. You know, he did some good stuff, and I'm pretty pleased to see him on Raw. But this does not compare to what happened in the main event in the evening. We had Cena calling out Rock. Cena congratulated Miz for winning the title, and then said that he basically called out Rock, said that Rock interfered in his business, and that he wants the Rock in this ring. And then what does Rock? Then Rock comes out, and then what does he do?
He just starts looking at Cena and saying that you deserved what happened, and you knew I was going to get payback.
Yeah.
And then he goes just saying like that.
Can we just get to the main bit of this promo? Yeah. Because this is the most important bit and the biggest mark-out moment of the night. You can say a lot about the promo, but you've got to say this one.
Which is basically they announced that they want a match.
They had basically announced that the people want the match, and they've announced a match for WrestleMania 28, John Cena versus The Rock. It's not official at the moment, but I'm guessing it will be official, as they wouldn't have done this. So, you know, a big moment on Raw, the day after WrestleMania, they're going to have a match next year at WrestleMania. You know, this will be a fucking great match.
So, but I think between now and that year, we've got a whole year away.
Yeah,
I think with Rock out in business, out doing work, he's not going to come back to WWE full time.
Yeah.
He's got other things. I think the times he does make appearances, even if he has to do it by satellite again, I think they should continue build up.
There'll be huge build up for this match, and after they shake hands on the match, the Core come in for some reason and get buried once again. It's good to see The Rock good to see The Rock doing his stuff, but they're bringing in the Core for no particular reason to get buried once again.
Well, two things I want to say about this. Number one, there was times when I thought Cena or The Rock, more Cena, was going to attack Rock. Like
they were going to attack each other at some point.
Yeah, I thought that, but obviously I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with the Core, I'm personally thinking that between now and WrestleMania, or now within the next couple of weeks, we'll probably see Cena and The Rock teaming up. Because we want to see if they can last. They can actually survive being together as they go up against members of Net Core.
I don't see that, to be honest. But like I said, it could be good. But you know, it's good to see People's Elbow PG era versus Attitude era, basically.
That's what it's going to be.
Good to see People's Elbow from The Rock. Great promo, great announcement. This made Raw for me. It was good to see. What are your overall opinions on Raw altogether?
I enjoyed it more than WrestleMania.
I thought it was good. There was a couple of good wrestling matches there, and the rivalries are good, and that big announcement at the end really did it for me. The promos are good as well. It was just overall a well done Raw, and I think they needed this after a bad WrestleMania.
True, that was true.
To be honest with you. So yeah, a good Raw following WrestleMania. That's all I can say about that. It was a very, very good Raw. Anything else you want to say about Raw?
No, that's all.
Okay, fair enough then. That's pretty much all we have to say about this week's Raw. Thank you very much for watching our show, and goodbye.